Today, we will be revealing the contents of 2025 Singles Case W, and let me tell you, it's a W, because, you know, it's a win, as in a W, right? Anyways, it's a great case, and I cannot wait to get into it here, but before we do, as per usual, please refer back to this video if you intend to reshare these contents elsewhere, and also be prepared if there are any changes to this case and maybe even the last case and future cases, because all these case lists are sent out way back in like the fall of 2024. So it means basically that the earlier cases are a lot more locked in stone than the later cases. And now this is very much so late in terms of 2025. There are only a handful of cases after this one. And to be specific, 3, X, Y, and Z. All right, guys, let's dive in here. Singles Case W scheduled for July 1st. We are ahead of schedule by quite a bit. Case U, scheduled for May 1st, came out a couple weeks ago already here in the United States. So feeling pretty good. Hopefully we could stay on track. However, Case V has not been found anywhere yet. And yeah, I mean, that's okay. It's not due till June 1st, but we'll see what happens here. Let's start with 1, Lightning McQueen with Shovel. So this guy was a brand new Thailand variant that debuted in Case T, so just a couple cases ago, and he is back, which is pretty solid. I found that he is one of the more desirable releases out of that case, more so than Grem and Fishtail, so it's good to have him back here. Then you have 1 of Chuck Armstrong, the Mood Springs Racer from Cars 1, the Piston Cup Racer. Now, he has been peg warming. I think initially when he came out, it was like, oh my God, it's like the race damage mood spring, but he's not damaged, but still Chuck Armstrong. He's a really cool racer, hasn't been released in a while. Let's grab him. And then he was included in another case, and then like another case, and now he's back for another case. So we've just kind of lost the charm of Chuck Armstrong. Now, hopefully, maybe the contents change, because he's been in a lot of cases, like an absurd amount. He was in even Case V, which, like I said, hasn't come out yet. He was in Case T, okay? Do I have to go back any further? He's been basically in every other case, so a little overkill on Chuck. Here we have 1 of the Race and Rescue Firefighter Mater, so brand new to the last case, Case V, and now is back for some more fun. Really great. I mean, this will be one of the more popular releases, I think, from the Firefighter Race and Rescue line, whatever you want to call it, because it's Mater. And it actually kind of makes sense for him to be themed this way, right? So totally cool with that. It's one of the few instances this year where we see a new release come back in the case immediately thereafter. We did not see this with Jonathan Gearson or Masha Elswrench, but we are seeing it with Firefighter Mater here, and also 2 of the Race and Rescue Lightning McQueen, the Fire Captain Lightning McQueen, essentially. So you get 1 of Mater, and you get 2 of McQueen, which was the exact same quantities that they were when they debuted in the last case. Then we have 1 of Rusteze McQueen, so you gotta get in your boring, basic McQueens as well, obviously. And 1 Road Trip McQueen, because why not? Road Trip, what even is that? Mattel's basically forgotten about Cars on the Road. In fact, I'm pretty sure that is the only Cars on the Road. Nope, I'm wrong. There's another McQueen. There's Cryptid Buster McQueen in this case. So those are your only 2 references in this case to Cars on the Road, which is crazy. Again, guys, I mean, Cars 3 came out in 2017, and they were pounding that movie pretty much all the way up until 2021, I'd say, and then started to fizzle out. I mean, 2022, you still got your J with VR headset, and there were some other new releases, but 2017 to 2021 was owned by Cars 3, and that was fine. It's justified. Cars 3 was a brand new movie and thus deserves such attention, whereas Cars on the Road getting shafted after just 2.5 years, not even. But on a side note, 2021 was awesome, getting new Cars 3 releases and Cars 1 releases and some good Cars 2 re-releases and the Racing Reds. That was a pretty good year, let's be real. But continuing on with Case W here, We do have one Dave Alternators, the revolting racers. So yeah, this case is not escaping the Piston Cup peg warming pandemic. That's actually kind of a cool little alliteration there. Piston Cup, the Piston Cup pandemic, peg warming pandemic. Wow. I'm going to coin that term because it's real, guys. In a lot of places around the world, Piston Cup races are peg warming. Billy Oil Changer, Chuck Armstrong, Claude Scruggs, Winford, Bradford, Rutherford, Dave Alternators here are really bad. It's not great. Ernie Gearson is even floating into that territory. Oh, speaking of more Piston Cup racers, there's one Claude Scruggs in this case as well. Yippee-ki-yay. Did I say Floyd Mulvihill? Yeah, there are 2 Floyd Mulvihills in this case. What do you know? So, to recap, you have 1 Chuck Armstrong, 1 Claude Scruggs, 1 Dave Alternators, and 2 Floyd Mulvihills. What an awesome squad. The probably most nefarious 2025 Piston Cup peg warmers thus far. Wow. All right. Great. So yeah, maybe they'll change the contents like I said, but that's what it's looking like right now. You know what's cool about this case though? There's Grem and there's an Acer. Both. One of each in this case. Really cool to see them together. You know, they were released close like case S and T, but very rare for you to see both of them on the pegs at the same time just because of the fact that unless they stock them literally that close to each other, someone's going to grab the Acer or someone's going to grab the Grem because they are very popular releases right now. But hey, now they're being released together in the same case. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe I'm overreacting, but it's a nice little niche. Acer coming back from case S, Grem coming back from case T. Speaking of coming back from case T, Fishtail, the other new Thailand variant. So all 3 brand new Thailand variants from case T are back in case W. McQueen with shovel, Fishtail, and Grem. 2 Sallys are indulging in this case as well. It's actually a double date with 2 The Kings. Don't tell Lightning. 2 The Kings, 2 Sallys in this case. Some head-scratching decisions. Again, like I'd say, 2 Sallys, 2 Kings, 2 Floyd Mulvihills. Like, why? There are still 4 more releases to go, all of which have some sort of newness to them. And yet, none of them are doubled up on. Just doesn't really make much sense to me. I mean, last case, we had 2 of McQueen, 2 of Chick Hicks. Case before that, 2 of Cam Spinner, which was a new variant, or not a new variant, new packaging. But I feel like Mattel's made a good effort to like sometimes include 2 of the new car. Not in this case. What are those new cars, you say, Mr. Docket? Well, you get 1 of Ryan Shields, the Zeen Piston Cup racer. But unlike the others, this is his first time being released from Thailand. Asterisk, not metallic, because in 2019 he did get released from Thailand, but it was the metallic scavenger hunt Ryan Shields. This is just regular Ryan Shields, so very cool to get him, and we're 1 step closer to completing the Cars 1 fleet. Eugene Carbureski will be next, and obviously we'll probably never get Mac Icar or Dale Earnhardt Jr., but after Eugene, I think most of us will feel pretty complete. Eugene's coming in the next case, by the way. Then we have 1 of Fire Captain Sarge, or Race and Rescue Sarge, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a big fan of this one, as I've expressed. I think they overcooked his decals, as in, like, why do we need one on the roof, on the sides? Like, it's a lot. I'm not a big fan of him. I think he may be the worst of this expanded universe line, in my opinion, just because of the decal vomit. Putting one on the roof is just really tough for me because it's supposed to be almost like a vinyl kind of convertible type feel. And I feel like that should be kind of just a safe space. No decals go here, guys. But yep, they slapped one on there for sure. All right, fine. Second Sarge of the year that has been new technically, because you got the pit crew member Sarge, new Thailand variant earlier in the year. So yeah, they've been heavy dosing on Sarge. Now, I will say I do like the fire extinguisher that they put in place of where the basic fuel canister would have gone. So I do like that. I just don't like the decals. Then we have one of Rally Race Jackson Storm. Now, I do like this guy to an extent. I think he looks a little too similar to some of the previous expanded universe Jackson Storms. It almost kind of looks like if you took the NASCAR version, you took the silver Jackson Storm, and maybe like one other version, maybe the Thomasville version, and you kind of bred them, you cross hybridize them, whatever that kind of means, or if I even said that right, and you got this. It's like a crazy baby of 3 previous expanded universe Jackson Storm. So again, not one of my favorites from the expand universe line, but better than Sarge. Not saying much though. And last but not least, you have one of Fire Captain Red. Now, not all of these guys can be fire captains. I just like saying fire captain. It's kind of a nice little strong term. Fire Captain Sally is on her way to save the day soon. Fire Captain Guido coming soon. Fire Captain Morgan Martins. All right, this is getting out of hand. I actually like red. I like the yellow wheels a lot. I like the decals. It's cool to see red in this capacity in expanded universe line because he never really finds himself in this position, probably because he's usually a deluxe. And when you mix expanded universe and deluxe together, you know what happens? You get canceled cars. Because red was planned to be in the fan favorites expand universe line in 2020, 2021 with those little flags in his top, and he got canceled. You know what also happened? The road trip red with the little wagon that came out in 2015, 2016 was so limited that it pretty much was only found at Ross Dress for Less stores. So yes, red and expanded universe, or just really deluxe and expand universe, don't go together, because then you also think about the canceled fan favorites Mater, you think about the canceled fan favorites Lizzie. Just not a good recipe. But you know what Mattel said? I know that's an issue. You're right. You're not going to like our solution. We're going to make red smaller. And he's going to fit into the main line here. Now, no one's shown me a side-by-side comparison yet, so I guess you could say there's still hope that this is a full-sized red that we've got in the last 2 years in the 2-pack with Stanley. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. But based on how it's going, we saw a prototype at the New York Toy Fair. It does look like he's rescaled. And I had mentioned way back in like November of last year that they are rescaling deluxes. Morgan Martins is another victim of such because he too big. Like he is for sure getting rescaled. Red, a little more on the fence, but most likely rescaled. It'll be interesting to see how much. But yeah, that's my little fun quip here with red. And that concludes the case, guys. What an absolute fun time here. Oh man, guys, thank you for watching and listening. What else do I have to say? Nothing. So what the hell? I'll let you guys go. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Let me know in the comments your favorite car from this case. Slim pickings. I mean, I think, like I said, it's a W in the sense you got like basically 4 new cars in this case. That's great. You get some great re-inclusions. My personal opinion is that Sarge and Jackson are some of the weakest expand universe line cars. So maybe my favorite's red. I almost want to say Ryan Shields, but I can't go for a re-release, right? I can't do that. So it's red. It's red for me. Let me know yours in the comments below. Bye now.